Good evening students, welcome to Basic Electrical Lectures Module 1 for VTU syllabus, and today we are discussing problems on Kirchhoff laws and it is question number 8. In part 2 lectures up to question number 7 I saw it. Remaining problems I am uploading in part 3. We can see this question. So this question asked in the model paper. So this question asked in model paper for 8 marks. Model paper for 8 marks. What is the question they asked? Find current in the battery. Okay. Or find current supplied by battery. Comma, the current in each branch and the potential difference in short form PD across A, B in the network shown. Okay. See, they given 10 volts, 4 ohms, 2 ohms and 3 ohms, 6 and 8. See now, the whole network is excited by one voltage source. So I can find all this, whatever the question they asked, I can apply Ohm's law directly. Only basic concept you can apply. Another approach one is simply directly apply Ohm's law, current division rule. You will get final answer between A. We can find voltage across A and B. Approach 2 is you should apply KVL for both the loops. Then also you will get same answer. So now I will do it both approaches. So whichever is convenient you can do that in exam. Because we must know whatever all the possible methods to get the solution for a given question. So first I will do approach 1. So approach 1, look at here, what is the effective resistance? See the 4 ohm resistance, I am finding effective resistance. 4 ohm resistance is in series with, these two are connected in series. 3 plus 2, how much? 5 ohms. And these two are connected in series. 8 plus 6, 14. Both 14 ohms and 5 ohms are connected in parallel. So two resistors are connected in parallel. 14 into 5 divided by 14 plus 5. So if you do this, you will get R effective equals, so 4 plus 14 into 5 divided by 19. 14 plus 5 is 19. So we got effective resistance 7.684 ohms. Now calculate the supply current I1. Now I am going to take this current is I1. What is I1? V by R effective. V by R effective. What is supply voltage? 10 volts. 10 divided by 7.684. So what is the answer we get? So 10 divided by 7.684. So I am getting answer 1.301 amperes. So what is the current supplied current in the battery? I1 1.301. Now they ask current in each branch. So what is current flowing in this branch and this branch? Okay. Now I am going to take current in this branch is I2 and current in this branch is I3. So by using current division rule, now I am using current division rule, how to find supply current I2. So this I2 can be determined by supply current into other resistance. I am finding current in this branch, take other resistance. How the other resistance are connected in series? 6 plus 8, it is 14 ohms divided by 14 plus 5. 14 plus 5. What is the value of I1? So the I1 value is 1.301. So do this in calculator. So you will get 1.301 into 14 divided by 19. So very good. So we got 0.9586. We got 0.9586 ampere. This is I2 value. Then I3. See, I3 can be determined in this way. We know that in parallel, the sum of the branch currents is equal to supply current. So I know this current and this current. I can easily find I3 current. So that can be found out in this way. I1 is equal to, entering current is equal to outgoing currents. Now consider a node here. Entering current is I1. What are the outgoing currents? I2 is outgoing and I3 is outgoing. So from this, what I can write I3? I1 minus I2. So entering those values, what is I1? 1.301 minus 0.9586. 0.9586. This gives I3 value. So 1.301 minus 0.9586. So guys, that gives 0.342. So 0.342 amperes we are getting. So now we got all the values, all the branch currents. What is current in this branch? This current 0.342. What is current in this branch? 0.9586. And what is the supply current? 1.301 amperes. And what is current in this branch? This current only. So same I1 current will come back here. Now they asked potential difference across A and B. Whenever they ask potential difference across A and B, you draw the circuit connected between these 2 points. There are so many ways will be there. You try to write easiest way. So now I am going to write like this. So 3 ohm resistance and 8 ohm resistance are here. So 3 ohms and 8 ohms. So point A and point B. What is the current flowing in this branch? What is the current flowing in this branch? I2. Okay. You write that value I2. Now what is current flowing for 8 ohm resistance? I3. You write that current I3. What is the value of I3 we got? 0.342. What is the value of I2 we got? What is the value of I2? 0.9586. So 0.9586 finally. So now whenever current enters, mark plus leaves negative. Current entering, mark plus leaves negative. Now I need to find voltage between the points A and B. So means VAB is nothing but, because they asked AB, VAB is nothing but measuring voltage at point A with respect to point B. Therefore my traverse direction should be from B to A. So this is the traverse direction. Okay, I already told in previous lecture, traverse direction is used to find voltage between any two given points. See now, based on this direction for this polarity, you start writing. So this traverse direction flowing from plus to minus, then you should write a drop. Minus 8 into I3. Minus 8 into I3. Then see the direction flowing from minus to plus. So rise. Plus 3 into I2. Enter the value. Minus 8 into, what is I3 value? 0.342 plus 3 into, what is I2 value? 0.9586. Do it in calculator. Let's see how much we get. Minus 8 into 0.342 plus 3 into 0.9586. Let's see how much we get. So we are getting 0.1398 volts. Okay, VAB. We are getting this much volt. So I can approximate it as 0.14 volt. I am approximating this as 0.1 volt. Guys, this is approach 1. See, you can also write between A and B. This is also possible. Between A and B, you can write like this. Okay, I written bottom part. You can write upper part also. What is the resistance? 2 ohms and 6 ohm. What is the current? You enter those currents and apply like this. Okay, from B to A, you will get same answer. Okay, you will get same answer. Guys, please copy down. Pause the video and then copy down. This is approach 1. Some students can do like this. Okay. Next, what is another way? Okay. Pause it and then copy down. Next, approach 2. Approach 2 is applying KVL. Okay, approach 2 is applying KVL. look at here. Okay, now I am applying KVL. So it is having two loops. Okay, this loop carries current I1 and this loop carries current I2. What we are doing? We are doing approach to another way of solving the problem. Now first apply KVL to first loop. Before applying KVL, mark the polarities. So this current, based on the current, assume the direction of the current. So current is entering the resistor, mark plus, leaves negative. Enters plus, leaves negative. Entering plus, leaves negative. So apply KVL to this loop. Okay, smaller one is negative, bigger one is positive for EM source. So start KVL, applying KVL. So loop 1. Okay, loop 1. So 10 volt minus plus 2 minus drop minus 2 I1. See now this 2 ohm and 3 ohm will carry both I1 and I2 current, and you are applying KVL for first loop. So for this polarity you return for this loop minus 2 I1. Now for this polarity I2 current also starts flowing. How the I2 current is flowing? I2 current is flowing from minus to plus. So you should write rise plus 2 times of I2. Next come here. So see this current plus 2 minus drop minus 3 I1. Okay. Now for this polarity this current will flow. Okay. I2 current minus to plus rise plus 3 times of I2 equals to 0. Now simplify this. So this gives minus 5 I1 then plus 5 I2. Sorry, I missed one more term. So what is that? This one. Okay. So see the I1 current plus 2 minus. So drop minus 4 I1 equals to 0. Now add all I1s. Minus 2, minus 3, minus 5, minus 4, minus 9 I1 plus 5 I2 equals, take this 10 that side. Then it becomes minus 10. So this will be the first equation. Next, apply KVL to loop 2. Now mark the polarities for loop 2. Now forget about loop 1. Okay. This current I2 is entering this resistor, mark plus, leaves negative. Entering this resistor, mark plus, leaves negative. Now entering this resistor, mark plus, leaves negative. Entering the resistor, mark plus, leaves negative. Now apply KVL to loop 2. So plus 2 minus drop minus 6 I2 current minus 6 I2. Then plus 2 minus drop minus 8 I2. Now see I2 current plus 2 minus drop minus 3 I2. Now for 3 ohm I1 current also flows, but you are applying KVL for loop 1. For this polarity, for this current you should write. See how it is coming? It's going like this, minus to plus. So rise plus 3 I1. Next, see this 2 ohm resistance. This current I2 current flowing from plus 2 minus drop minus 2 I2. Now for this polarity I1 current also flows. So how the I1 flows? Okay, minus 2 plus rise plus 2 times of I1 equals to 0. There is no EMF source in second loop. Now group all I1 and I2 terms. What it gives I1? Okay, 3 plus 2, 5 I1. 5 I1 minus 6 minus 8 minus 14 minus 17 minus 2 minus 19 minus 19 I2 equals to 0. This will be the second equation. So by solving in calculator, we get I1 and I2 some values. Let's see what those values. So equation, select equation. Okay, minus 9 plus 5 minus 10, 5 minus 19, okay, equals to 0. So by solving this, we got I1 value 1.301 ampere and I2 value we got 0.342 amperes. Okay, got it? Now draw the circuit A and B. Between A and B, how it is connected? Okay, A and B. I am writing the bottom part. Okay, so 3 ohm resistance and this side is 8 ohm. Point A point B. Very, very important. See, now while writing, whatever the polarities in the original circuit is there, that you write it. For 3 ohm, we have two polarities, plus minus and plus minus. And for 8 ohm, we have plus and minus here. So where plus is there you write the current value. So plus is here, you write the current value. What is current in 8 ohm? I2 current. What is current in 8 ohm? I2. What is the value of I2? 0.342. So I2 flows here, that is 0.342. Next, what is current in this 3 ohm resistance? For this polarity, bigger polarity, plus and minus. What is current? This I2 only. So I2 current flows here, I2. Okay, next, some other loop. Okay, first loop, I1 current is flowing. So you write that value, I1. What is I1 value? Okay, 1.301 ampere. Okay, got it. Now find VAB. While finding VAB, you should be very careful. So apply traverse direction. Okay, you are finding voltage at point A with respect to point B. So this will be my traverse direction. Okay, now start from here. See the traverse direction and see the polarities. So plus to minus drop. So what you will get? Minus 8 I2. Okay, then see this polarity. See, for this polarity I2 current is flowing, and for this polarity I1 current is flowing. You will get two drops. Okay, see the traverse direction and see the polarity. For this one you check it. Traverse direction plus to minus. So drop. Minus 3. What is the current for this? I2. Next, for this direction, see this polarity. Minus to plus, rise. So plus 3 times of I1. Okay, got it? Then this becomes minus 11 I2 plus 3 I1. Now enter the values. Minus 11 into, what is I2 value? What is I2? 0.342. 0.342. Okay, plus 3 into, what is I1? 1.301. 1.301. Now simplify this. Okay, by doing this in calculator, let's see whether we get same answer or not. So minus 11 into 0.342, okay, plus 3 into 1.301. Okay, we got answer 0.141 volts. 141 volts. There slight changes will be there. Okay, slight changes will be there. Actually, what is the answer we got in previous? Almost your answer near to 0.14. That we rounded up to 0.14. Okay, got it? Understood, guys? Like, see, this is the way. This is the approach to. Okay, choice is left to students. Whether you are going to apply approach 1 or approach 2. I taught both the methods. Okay. See, you can also draw the circuit. See, problem is completed. Pause the video. Okay. And then copy down. Another way. Suppose many students, I recommend to write this type of circuit. Write a circuit connected between A and B as small as possible. Okay. Don't take it big circuit. It takes more time to evaluate. Finally, you will get same answer. See, what is the other way of writing A to B? Okay, guys. See, this is also a circuit connected between A and B. Then you should apply traverse direction like this. And other possibility, you erase this part and this part. Okay. Now erase this and this part, retain this and this resistor. That is also one circuit. Okay. But what is not a circuit? So one resistor connected here. See, now this is not a circuit. See, between A and B already connection is there. Then this cannot be your circuit. Okay, got it? Understood? And this cannot be your circuit. So between A and B, this cannot be your circuit because one more resistor is here. Okay, got it? So therefore, you should make like this. This is one correct circuit or upper part. Understood? So we can go to next problem. Okay guys, next problem, question number 9 is asked in VTU exam for 8 marks in June-July 2018. Very basic problem, and we should be very careful while writing the KVL loop equation. So what the question asked for the bridge circuit shown in the figure, calculate current in all branches. So these are all branches. Okay, 10 ohm, 16 ohm, all resistance are branches. If I give some namings A, B, C, D, then you should find current in A to B, B to C, C to D, like that. Okay, so keep in mind current in all the branches means I need to find, ultimately I need to find what is current flowing in each and every resistor for this given network. And also power supplied by the source. How much power going to be supplied by the source, that also I need to calculate. Okay, see in this problem, so they are not given any directions. They are not given any directions. What I am going to take, how many loops are there? Totally 3 loops are there. So this is one loop, loop 1, and this is another loop, loop 2, and this will be another loop 3. So now you can assume the loop direction. In this particular loop, voltage source is there. You can assume the direction in such a way that this voltage source delivers current. So it is going to deliver current. So in this way. Okay. So now you can mark the, okay, mark this current as I1. Some I1 current flows in this loop. Okay. And mark this current. Now in this loop there is no voltage source. If there is no voltage source, you always assume clockwise direction. Current flows in clockwise direction. So let's say this current is I2. Let's say this current is I2. Next, in this loop, assume current as clockwise direction. Let's say that current is I3. Let's say that current is I3. So I will write in red color. Okay, I1. Okay, I2, and then I3. Now you start applying KVL for loop 1. So apply KVL to loop 1. So before applying KVL, you mark the polarities for loop 1 inside the loop. See this current I1 is entering the resistor, mark plus, leaves negative. See the current enters here, mark plus, leaves negative, and then return back to the source. Apply KVL to this loop. See now for 20 ohm resistance, it lies between loop 1 and loop 2. This 5 ohm lies between loop 1 and loop 3. Okay, loop 1, loop 2, loop 3. Apply KVL to this. Start from here. Minus to plus is rise. Minus to plus is rise 150. Okay. Then plus to minus drop. Minus 20 I1. Now for this polarity, I2 current also flowing. So see the direction of I2. It's coming like this. So while going, minus to plus rise. So it become plus 20 I2. Then see this here. I1 flowing from plus to minus drop. So minus 5 I1. Now for this polarity, I3 is also flowing. See the I3 flowing from minus to plus, rise. Plus 5 I3 equals to 0. Now you group all I1 term, I2 and I3. Minus 20, minus 5. Minus 25 I1 plus 20 I2 plus 5 I3 equals plus 150. Take that side. It become minus 150. So take this as equation number 1. Keep that in mind. Okay. Now loop 1 is completed. If we have a doubt, again cross check once again. Okay. If it is clear, then go for second loop. Now forget about loop 1 polarities. Now loop 2. Now apply KVL to loop 2. Apply KVL to loop number 2. So 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. Fine. This current I2, mark the polarities inside the loop. So entering plus. See this current is entering the star, plus, leaves minus. What is here? Very good. Plus. Then minus. What about here? What polarity I should write? Very good. Plus. And then minus. So sign convention is done. But already we written one, no? You take a little bit bigger. Okay, otherwise you will take for this only. Okay, right, little bit bigger. Okay, now write the polarity. You can start from any resistor. I am going to start from this. Plus 2 minus drop. Minus 10 I2. Plus 2 minus drop. Minus 5 I2. Now this 5 ohm resistance lies between I2 and I3. Two loops. But you are writing KVL for loop 2. For this polarity, for this direction, you should write. See, I3 is flowing from minus to plus. So rise. Plus 5 I3. Okay, now I2. Plus 2 minus drop. Minus 20 I2. You write first for that loop only. Next, this 20 ohm lies between loop 1 and loop 2. You are applying KVL for loop 2. Consider loop 2 polarities and see direction I1. See, I1 is flowing like this. So while going like this, it take this terminus. Minus to plus is rise. So plus 20 I1 equals to 0. Don't forget to write 0. That is, this is KVL definition. Now simplify this. 20 I1. Okay. 20 I1. How many I2s are there? Minus 5, minus 20, minus 10. Minus 20, minus 30, minus 35. Minus 35 I2 plus 5 I3 plus 5 I3 equals to 0. This will be second equation. Now apply KVL to loop 3. If you have a doubt, you can cross check once again. Apply KVL to now loop 3. So now I am marking polarities for loop 3. See, now current is entering here based on I3 direction. Enters here, mark plus, leaves minus. Already old polarities are there. To get confusion, to avoid confusion, you mark it. Current is entering this resistor, mark with bigger polarity, plus and then minus. Already old polarity is there. Now I3 is entering here, mark plus, leaves minus. You should concentrate only loop 3 polarities. Don't see other polarities. Okay. See, now start from here. Plus 2 minus drop. Minus 16. What is current in that resistor? I3. Very good. Now plus 2 minus drop. Minus 5 I3. That current only. Now 5 ohm lies for first loop. For this polarity, for this direction, see how it flowing? Okay, it's flowing like this. So for this direction is flowing minus to plus, rise. Very good. Plus 5 I1. Then I3 plus 2 minus drop. Minus 5 I3. Now I2 current also flows in this. See this polarity and this direction. See, it's coming like this. Minus to plus, rise. Plus 5 I2. Plus 5 I2 equals to 0. Group in the same order. 1 I1, I2, I3. Constant. Okay. What is I1? Plus 5 I1 plus 5 I2. Then how many I3s are there? Minus 5, minus 5, minus 10. Minus 10, minus 15. How much? Minus 26. Is it correct? Okay. Minus 26 I3. Okay. Minus 16, minus 5, minus 21. Minus 21, minus 5. Very good. Minus 26 equals to 0. Okay. So we return all the 3 loop equations. Now it is 3 variable. Again, by using this calculator, we can solve it. So go to equation, select option number 2 and enter the coefficients. Minus 25 plus 25 minus 150, then 20 minus 35 plus 5, 0, then last equation 5, again 5, then minus 26, then 0. Okay. So equations, I have written all the equations. 1 minute. Okay, I entered one of the value wrongly. So we can do it once again. Minus 25. Okay, 25 minus 150. Okay, 20 minus 35. So we should do it slowly. Minus 35 plus 5, 0. 5, again 5, minus 26 and 0. So I entered all the coefficients. Finally I got the values. I got I1 value. I1 is 13.477 ampere. Okay, and I got I2 value. I2 is how much? 8.299. Okay, 299 I will take it as round up to 3, 8.3, and then about I3 will be 4.18 ampere, 4.18 amperes, 187 we can 187 amperes. This are, I got all the currents positive. What it indicates, all my assumed directions are correct. Okay, so it is erased here. See now, they asked power supplied by the source. What is power supplied by the source? Power is equal to, what is the formula? Voltage into current. What is the current supplied by the source? I1. Okay, V into I1. 150 into 13.477. Okay, how much will get? Okay, 150 into 13.477. How much we got? Okay, 2021. Okay, now we are in 2021. Okay, 2021. Okay, 0.55 watts. This much power supplied by the source. Okay, now current in each and current in all the branches. What is current in 10 ohm? Say I will write directly. Current in 10 ohm is how much? What is the current in that 10 ohm? I2 current. You enter I2 value here. Enter I2 value over. Current in this branch is over. Then current in 20 ohm. What is current in 20 ohm? Two currents are there, I1 and I2. Okay, and these two currents are opposing each other. See, this I1 current is going like this, and I2 current is coming like this. Okay, it is coming like this. See, both the currents are facing opposite to each other. Therefore, what you should do? You should subtract those two currents, I1 minus I2. Enter I1 value minus enter I2 value. What you got? That resultant will give answer. Okay, got it? I hope you can do all this. Then next, what is current in 16 ohm resistance? Current in 16 ohm resistance is I3 itself, directly I3 itself. Only one current flows. Okay, so I will write that current here. Current in 16 ohm is I3 itself. Okay, what is I3? 4.18. Now, current in this 5 ohm resistance. Okay, this 5 ohm resistance. Two 5 ohm resistance are there. One of the 5 ohm resistance I am finding. Current in this 5 ohm resistance. Current in this 5 ohm resistance is I2 and I3. Don't write I3 minus I2. Okay. Second loop, third loop. What is the sequence? First loop, second loop, third loop. Go in sequence. Second loop minus third loop. Okay. So now see the direction. This is coming like this. Okay. And this will be going like this. See, the both are facing opposite to each other. Therefore, what is current in that resistor? I2 minus I3. Enter the value. You will get answer. Then finally, current in this 5 ohm resistance. Current in this 5 ohm resistance. See now, this current, this resistor lies between loop 1 and 3. Loop 1 and 3. What is the order? 1, 2, 3. 2 is missing. Okay. I2 current does not have any effect on this resistor. So I1, see this current direction. Always first minus second. First loop. This current is flowing like this, and this current is coming like this. See, both are facing opposite. Very good. Therefore, current in this 5 ohm resistance will be I1 minus I3. Enter the values. You will get answer. Okay, got it, guys? Okay, pause the video and then copy down as neat as possible. Okay, very, very interesting subject, but you should study with lot of patience. Okay, in college also they won't teach this many problems. Okay, guys? Okay, however, some colleges will teach. Okay, okay, we can do next problem. Okay, guys, next question is, for the circuit shown in figure, obtain the voltage between the point X and Y. We already done this problem, so refer that problem and then find solution, find voltage between point X and Y. So we already done this problem. Okay, I done so many cases for this problem. You are requested to write any one case. Okay, draw the circuit between X and Y, any one circuit, that is more than sufficient. That and this will not get same answer. See, they given one more resistance here, 1 ohm and 2 ohm. Okay, in previous 2 plus 1, 3 ohm directly they written here. Now they splitted in this way. So try to solve this problem and you will get answer Vxy is equal to 4.2 volts minus 4.2 volts. Okay, I am not sure about this. Okay, just check it, and if you got the answer you can reply to me. Okay, this is my WhatsApp number. Okay, 9880154482. You can text me if you got, sir, I got this answer. Okay, just you can give reply to me. So voltage source is there. Always take voltage delivering the current I1. Voltage source is there. Take always, we are going to deliver the current I2. Okay, then solve the problem. Okay, then you will get finally answer minus 4.2. But I am not sure about this answer. Don't stick on to this answer. Whatever method you have done, you be confident on that particular method. Okay, fine. Okay guys, next problem. So this question also asked in exam for 6 mark in VTU. So I am not sure about the year, maybe 17 or 18. Okay, now what is the question? Determine current flowing through the ammeter. Determine current flowing through the ammeter having 10 ohm resistance. Having 10 ohm resistance for the given network. You have to calculate what is current flowing through this ammeter. So they given instrument here in the original circuit. Okay, but inside the instrument resistance is there. So therefore pause the video, copy down this circuit. Later I will write modified circuit, that also you copy down again. See what I should do now. Determine current flowing through the ammeter having 10 ohm resistance. What is the resistance of ammeter? 10 ohm resistance. Now I am replacing this with resistance. What is the resistance value? 10 ohm resistance. Okay. Now we should apply KVL. There are two loops now. This is one loop and this will be another loop. Now directions also not given in the question. How to take the direction? Now in this loop there is voltage source. If there is a voltage source, take the direction in such a way that the current going to delivers. This voltage source drives the current. Okay, let's say that current is I1. Now in this particular loop voltage source is there. Now take the direction of current. It going to delivers the current. Okay, going to delivers the current I2, another current. Now two loop equation. Apply KVL for these two loops. You will get answer. Let's see how it looks. Now apply KVL to loop 1. So applying KVL to loop 1, first mark the polarities. See, this current is entering the resistance, mark plus, leaves negative. Same current is entering here, mark plus, leaves negative. EMF source polarity is fixed. Now start from here. Minus to plus is rise, 4. Plus 2 minus drop. Minus 100 I1. Plus 2 minus drop. Minus 10 I1. But 10 ohm resistance lies between loop 1 and loop 2. Is it right? Yes, very good. 10 ohm resistance lies between 1 and 2. Now you already written for this, for loop 1. For this polarity, take I2 direction. See, I2 is coming what? Minus to plus rise. So then it becomes plus 10 I2 equals to 0. So minus 110 I1 plus 10 I2 equals to minus 4 is the one equation. So this is the first equation. Okay, now apply KVL to loop 2. Apply KVL to loop number 2. So before that, mark the sign convention. So minus to plus. See, now I am marking the polarities. Current is entering to the 10 ohm resistance plus, leaves minus, and this current enters here, mark plus, leaves negative. Now forget about loop 1 polarities. Okay, now apply minus to plus. Start from here. See the direction I2. Minus to plus rise 2. Plus 2 minus drop. Minus 10 I2. Now for this polarity, for I1 direction. See, now I1 direction is flowing like this. While coming like this, minus to plus, you should concentrate on loop 2 polarities. See, I1 is coming minus to plus. So you should write plus 10 I1. Then this one last, plus 2 minus drop, minus 25 I2 equals to 0. Now simplify this, 10 I1 minus 35 I2 equals to minus 2. So solve these two equations, you will get I1 some answer and I2 you will get some answer. Okay. Then finally, what the question they asked, current flowing through the ammeter. So current flowing through the ammeter, but ammeter is having how many ohm resistance? 10 ohm resistance. So what I am finding? Current in ammeter. Current flows in ammeter. Current flows in ammeter is I10 ohm. So now see the direction of the current. See, this current I1 is coming like this and that is coming opposite. Both the arrow marks are opposing each other. See, this we can write like this. Okay, coming like this, and this, see, both the arrow marks are opposite to each other. Therefore, you should take I1 minus I2. Opposite means negative sign. What answer you getting I1 value? Enter it here. Minus what answer you getting I2? Write here. Okay. Then simplify. You will get final answer. That is the current flowing through the ammeter. Okay. The current flowing through the ammeter is this much ampere. Okay. You can do it on your own calculator. Okay. Guys, please give like to all my basic electrical lectures and share to your friends, as many friends, so, and tell them to subscribe so they will get quality lectures. So I try to do all 5 modules like this. So my intention is to score all the students, okay, top marks, highest marks, so out of 190 plus. Okay, it is possible if you watch all the lectures in sequence. Okay, next we can do another problem. Okay guys, we are discussing last problem on Kirchhoff laws. Determine current flowing through 12 ohm resistance. Where is 12 ohm resistance? Here. You have to find current flowing through this 12 ohm resistor for the given network. Guys, we already done the problem with the same, only the changing the data. What is different for that and this problem? See, in that problem, they are not specified. They are not specified any loop directions, any current variables. What we have taken in that problem? I1, I2 and I3. But what they given in this problem? They already specified I1 current flows here. Only I2 current flows in this resistor. Okay. And only I3 current flows in this particular resistor. Like we can take, I forgot to write the value. So of this one. So 510. Let you take this 20 ohm resistance. Okay. See, in 20 ohm only I2 is flowing. In this 12 ohm only I3 is flowing. What is current flowing in this 5 ohm? Don't know. They given arrow marks. They will only specify all this arrow mark in the question paper. Don't know what is current flows here. Don't know what's current flows here. Finally, this voltage source delivers current I1 by dividing all these branches. Again, the same current will return back to the source. So we can write this side I1. Okay. Now I need to find current in remaining resistors. Current in remaining resistors. However, to apply KVL, we need loop directions. Now this is the loop directions for I1. Okay. Loop 1. But not without variable. Okay. In our case, variables are I1, I2 and I3. They given like this. Okay. But you can take loop direction for all the loops clockwise. So this is another loop direction. Okay. Loop 2. Okay. Loop number 2. And this is another loop direction. Loop number 3. See now, whenever they given current, only that current flows in that particular resistor. Now I2 current flows here. You mark the polarity. Current enters the resistor, mark plus, leaves negative. This polarity is fixed. Okay. No other current flows here. Now 12 ohm resistance. Only 12 ohm, only I3 current flows in this 12 ohm. So plus and minus. Only 12 I3 drop will be there. Okay. No other I1 and I2 currents will not be there in this. Only I3 flows. What about current on this and this? That I need to find out. For that I need to apply Kirchhoff current law. Now apply KCL at node A. Applying KCL. First I will apply KCLs. Okay. KCL at node A. What it says? Entering current is I1. okay, is equal to entering current is I1. What are the outgoing currents? I2 and IAD. I2 and IAD current is outgoing. So I2 plus IAD. I need IAD current. Therefore, IAD current will be I1 minus I2. So what is the current flows in this 10 ohm resistance? Only this current flows. I1 minus I2 current. This current flows in this resistor. Current enters the resistor, mark plus, leaves minus. Okay, got it? Next, now check out for this resistor. Apply KCL at node B. Apply KCL at node B. Okay, what KCL states? Current entering to this node I2. What is the current leaving? I3 and IBC. Okay, entering to the node is I2 and outgoing currents are I3 plus IBC. Sorry, some current flows from B to C, that is IBC. But I need this current. What is IBC? IBC current is I2 minus I3. What is the current flows in this resistor? Very good. I2 minus I3. Current enters the resistor, mark plus, leaves the resistor, mark it negative. Okay. Now, I need to find current in this resistor. Okay. Now, apply KCL at node D. Apply KCL at node D. Applying KCL at node D. Okay. What is the current entering to node D? I3 current is entering. IAD current is entering is equal to what is outgoing current? IDC. Okay. I3 is entering plus IAD current is entering. Okay, is equal to IDC current. IDC. What is I3? What is IAD? We have written here. IAD is what? I1 minus I2. So I1 minus I2 is equal to IDC. Further, I3 plus I1, okay, plus into minus I2 is equal to what? IDC. So what is the current flows in this 15 ohm resistance? Write in order. Okay, I1 minus I2 plus I3. This all current flows in this 15 ohm resistance. Okay, got it? Then finally, apply KCL at node C. If I apply KCL at node C, entering is I2 minus I3. I1 minus I2 plus I3 is entering. So I2 get cancelled. I3 get cancelled. What is left? I1. Finally, entering is equal to outgoing. I1 equals to I1. If I apply KCL is equal to C, at node C you will get I1 equals to I1. That indicates you have done all the distribution correctly. Now you can start writing KVL. Okay, now apply KVL to loop 1. Now I am applying KVL to loop 1. See the direction. See this direction, see the polarities and then write it. That's it. Minus to plus, rise. Okay, 150. See now, see the direction. Plus to minus, drop. Minus 10. What is current in this resistor? I1 minus I2. So I1 minus I2. Then see the direction, see the polarity. So I not written polarity here. See this current enters here, mark plus, leaves negative. So entering here, plus to minus, drop. Minus 15. What is the current in that resistor? Very good. I1 minus I2 plus I3 is equal to 0. Okay, simplify this. Minus 10 I1 plus 10 I2 minus 15 I1. Okay, plus 15 I2 minus 15 I3 is equal to minus 150. So group I1, I2, I3. So minus 10 minus 15 minus 25 I1 plus 25 I2 minus 15 I3 is equal to 150. So this will be your first equation. Okay. Next, loop 2. Apply KVL to loop 2. Over. Loop 1 is over. Next, loop 2. Plus 2 minus drop. What is the current in that resistor? Okay. Plus 2 minus drop. Okay. Minus 20 I2. Then see like this. Plus 2 minus drop. Minus 12 I3. What is current flows in this? Only I3 flows. Next, look at here. Polarity. See the direction. And this polarity. Loop 2 flows from minus to plus. Rise. Plus 10 times of this. Plus 10 into I1 minus I2 equals to 0 because no voltage source in loop 2. Now simplify this. Okay, 10 I1. How many I2s will get? Plus into minus, minus I2. Minus 20, minus 10, minus 30 I2. Minus 12 I3 equals to 0. This will be your second equation. So guys, next we can apply KVL to loop 3. So for loop 3 we get, see, loop 3 direction, plus 2 minus drop. So minus 5 I2 minus I3, minus to plus rise, plus 15 I1 minus I2 plus I3. What is current in this resistor? I1 minus I2 plus I3. Then minus to plus rise. So plus 12 I3 equals to 0. Now simplify this. 15 I1. Now minus 5 I2 plus into minus 15 I2. Then it becomes minus 20 I2. Then how many I3s? Minus into minus plus 5 I3. Plus into plus 15 I3. 15 plus 5 20. 20 plus 12 32. Plus 32 I3 equals to 0. So this is equation number 3. Okay. Guys, you know how to solve this equation 1, 2, 3 in calculator. So by solving this, you will get I1, I2 and I3. But what is the question they asked? Determine current flowing through 12 ohm resistance. What is current flowing through 12 ohm resistance according to the given circuit? I3. What answer you got? I3. That is the current flowing through the 12 ohm resistance. Okay, got it? Okay guys, same problem. In order to compare previous problem and this one. Previous problem we have taken I1, I2 and I3 without all these arrow marks. Okay, now you solve the same problem like this. I1, I2 and I3. Then you will get I1, I2, I3. Then what is current flowing through 12 ohm resistance? I2 minus I3. Subtract those two values. Then you will get same I3 what you got in this. Okay, got it? So finally, I hope you understood all the problems. Watch the problems with lot of patience and give thumbs up to all my videos, basic electrical videos, and share as many friends you know. Let them subscribe and learn the subject with a confident manner. Okay, so your helping nature plays an important role to reach my goal. So my goal is to score all the students good marks. Okay, so that is possible from the students only.